Alright folks, so in this video I'm going to be explaining the key things that you need to focus on in order to succeed at Amazon FBA in 2022. So I'm also going to be making a pretty big announcement about a partnership that we just made with a big player in the Amazon FBA space. So stick around to the end of the video or skip to the end, whatever you fancy doing. Alright, so to capture and give a bit of justice to what I think are the key things that you need to focus on to succeed with Amazon FBA, I've coined a wonderful acronym that I now call cutie. Like you're a cutie, she's a cutie, we're all cuties. Anyway, so cutie stands for quality, differentiation, economics, and execution. Now, if you don't know myself and my business partner Tom, we're not just some fake online Amazon FBA gurus, we're actually selling on Amazon, and we've used these concepts within cutie to grow our own brand to over $100,000 a month in revenue. And this month, we're actually gonna do about $22,000 in net profit. So what I'm telling you here and what we're telling you on this channel actually comes from our own experience. All right, so let's talk about the first Q, the only Q in QD, which is quality. So quality should be at the core of absolutely everything that you do, right? You need to be sourcing a quality product that customers get value from. If you're just looking to make quick cash and find a cheap product on Alibaba, slap a logo on it, then you're not really going to do very well, especially in 2022. So you should be focusing on sourcing a really high quality premium product that meets the needs of the customers and offers them value that your competitors don't. And really think about the customer experience. So when people buy your product, they're so impressed that they talk to other people, they promote it to their friends and to their buddies. So next up in QD, you've got differentiation, right? So I'm sure you've heard every single fake guru and also not so fake Amazon gurus talk about differentiation. So it's not a crazy mind-blowing concept, but it's something that people still really mess up on. So I like to break differentiation down into two different parts, right? So the first part is visual differentiation. Now what I mean by this is that visually you cannot look the same as everyone else on Amazon or in your niche, or you're really going to struggle. So half of the battle with Amazon is standing out on the search results page. So when you look and you see 20 plus other products and they all look identical, you really need to be trying to stand out and plan in ways that you can be different and stand out from that crowd. Now the obvious thing that people do here and people say is color, just change the color. Now you'll get a bit of backlash if you just say that and it's not a strong differentiation, but it is one key part to the puzzle. It's a great way to stand off the page and catch the eye of the common customer that's just got an attention span that's fried from browsing TikTok all day. So you got to do as much as you can to make your brand really stand out in a very visual way, right? So this involves your hero image, all of your listed images, your EBC, your video ads, all of that good stuff needs to visually stand out and be visually differentiated. All right, so next up we have the second part of differentiation, which is value differentiation. So this is where you really need to adapt or change the product in order to add more value and offer more value to the customer. So a great example of this for me is a brand called Golly. So apparently apple cider vinegar has a lot of great benefits. I'm not sure exactly what they are, but a lot of people, they stick it on a spoon and they whack it in their mouth in the morning before they go to work. So obviously this is a bit of a messing around, like when you're late and you're running, trying to get to work, eating toast, all of that sort of stuff. You don't really want to be doing that, putting it on a spoon. So what they did is they turned apple cider vinegar into these little chewy gummies, which is 1,000 times more convenient. And this is a great example of a company looking at a need or an existing product and then adapting it to really stand out. So obviously you probably don't have the budget to turn apple cider vinegar into a gummy sweet. That's going to be really expensive. But the point is, whatever you're looking at, look at the customer's problems and their needs and their wants and try to adapt the product to help the customer out even more than everyone else. So when you combine these two factors of QD, the visual differentiation and the value differentiation, you're onto an absolute winner and you're giving yourself a proper chance of, making a load of cash on Amazon. All right, so next up for all you cutie pies out there, So this is probably the least sexiest part of Amazon in most people's opinions, but getting your economics, so basically your numbers, getting your numbers right is absolutely crucial. If you mess this up, you're gonna waste a lot of cash, but you're also gonna waste a lot of time. So the basis of everything is understanding every single cost, fee, and charge that goes into producing your products. So getting them from your supplier all the way to Amazon and then selling them, if you don't know every single number inside out, you're gonna get in trouble. And trust me when I say this. So one of the mistakes that we made very early on in our Amazon journey was we miscalculated our Amazon fees and some of our duties. So what ended up happening was we spent about $15,000 on a product, and in the end, because we miscalculated these fees, we didn't have the profit margin that we thought we had. And it took us nearly 5 months to sell that product out. And in the end, we ended up breaking even, which obviously it's not an absolute disaster, but it was still a lot of wasted time and a lot of wasted cash. So that cash could have been used elsewhere, and obviously it kind of put us back about 5 or 6 months. So the key part of all of this, right, is really understanding your ROI. So this means you need to know exactly for every dollar that you spend, how many dollars you get back. So if you don't know, or you do know, but this number is really low, then your business is going to really struggle. So ideally, you want to be aiming to have a net ROI of 90 to 100%. So net means after all of your costs, your PPC spend, your returns, everything else in between, you're getting 90 to 100% return on the money that you put into the business, that you invest in stock. So if you manage to get it to this level, you're going to have a really healthy business that you can grow, you can reinvest the cash, you can keep it growing and ordering new products. One mistake we see at this point is people calculating all of their margins and their ROI before PPC and before returns. So they work out that they're getting 120% ROI, they're getting 35% margin, whatever, and they think they're sweet, right? But then they launch the product and they see that 70% of their sales, they're coming from PPC. So they have this, 70% PPC sales and then 6% return rate, and their cash just gets churned up and spat back out by Amazon, but not at the same rate that it was going in. So don't underestimate how important these economics are. Don't underestimate all of the numbers and understanding all of this inside out. You really need to know your numbers and your economics inside out. All right, so last and definitely not least, we have execution. So if you do everything else really well, but you don't know how to execute on everything properly, basically how to launch your products, you're not really setting yourself up for success. So what I mean by this is knowing exactly how to build your listings, write your copy, get your product photography done, setting up your PPC, and actually launching your product so you have as much sales velocity as possible. Now, I recently did a video where I documented how we do our product launches, our exact strategy from start to finish. So to summarize it here, you really need to be building top quality listings, going in depth on your keyword research, and then using very specific structures and strategies for your PPC and your launch campaigns. So if you do want to see exactly how we do this, then check out the link at the end of the video. I'll put it there at the end of the video, or go over to our video library and look for the thumbnail. There's a big rocket and then you've got my ugly mug. All right, so at the beginning of the video, I said that I had a big announcement. Well, the news is, and I'm sorry for announcing this when Tom's not here, but he's super busy working on our brand and I wanted to get it into this video. So the big news is that we've officially partnered with a Mr. Adam Heist. Now, Adam is one of the absolute top dogs in the Amazon industry and someone that we've really looked up to and learned a lot from over the past couple of years. So Adam is actually a partner now in one of our brands. So he's working with us on a strategic level, but we're also now official partners of his Amazon FBA blueprint course. So if you've not seen or heard of Adam, he's an 8-figure seller and he's already exited a brand for 7 figures. So in November last year, he released what we honestly think is the absolute best Amazon course on the market. So we're really excited to announce that all of our viewers, all of our subscribers and followers on YouTube, Twitter, whatever, you can get 15% off Adam's FBA blueprint course. If you want to learn more, there's a link in the description, but I'm not going to bang on about it too much. But what I will say is that if you're serious about Amazon and you want to honestly learn from the best in the industry like we did, go and check it out because the course is absolutely amazing. There's not a better course on the market right now, so check out the link in the description. All right, folks, that's it. As I mentioned, you can see a full video here of how we do our Amazon launches. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one.